Very good morning, dear students. Welcome to Science Chapter 7, Control and Coordination. Let's see what we are going to discuss in this particular chapter. In Chapter 7, Part 1, we shall be discussing on animals, nervous system, types of neurons, human brain, spinal cord, reflex action, and hormones. Let's see each type of this topic in brief. The first is the nervous system. The nervous system is one of the most important systems in the human body that sends information from one part of the body to another. It is because of this system that we are able to control and coordinate our movements and actions. So this is the reason why this system specifically is able to do what we human beings naturally do. For example, like blinking of the eye, the pumping of the heart and the pumping of the lungs, even to the raising of our hands, waving of our palms. All of these simple actions are being done with the help of the nervous system. The nervous system has a functional unit called neurons, which are a type of nerve cells. Now, these neurons, they transmit signals throughout the body to the brain and back to the body. And this is how the body communicates with the brain, and the brain sends back signals as to how the body should act. The neuron is divided into three separate parts. First, we have the cell body. Then we have the conducting projectile or projection known as the axon. And then we have the branch part, that is your axon terminals. The cell body contains dendrites, which conducts or which gathers information in the form of impulses. Now, this information are signals after it had been received by the dendrites and then passed down to the conducting projections called the axon. These signals, after it passes down to the axon, are transferred to the axon terminals, which is again connected to another neuron, and so it gets passed down from one neuron to another until and unless it reaches the brain. Now we shall see what are the types of neuron. Neurons are basically of three types: sensory nerves or neuron, motor nerves or neuron, and interneurons. Now, the sensory neurons. These are neurons that sends messages to the brain from all the sensory organs. So, all the sensory organ from one body, that is 5 in total, shares information to the brain with the help of this neuron or nerves. Then we have the motor neurons. They carry So we have the picture of the reflex arch, as you can see. We have the receptor cells which are present in our skin, which comes in contact with a stimulus, that is heat. Now, once the receptor cells comes in contact with a stimulus, the sensory nerves takes the information or the signal to the spinal cord. Then the spinal cord takes decision and passes it through the motor nerve. Then the motor nerve reaches the affecting muscle, and the muscle acts in its own accord. So this is what your reflex action is. Next we shall see hormones. So what are hormones? They are the chemical substances which is formed in the tissue of endocrine glands and is carried by the blood to other parts of the body for its specific actions. You might have learned about hormones in your previous classes briefly. Maybe these are all chemicals that are produced within our body and which is needed by our body to grow and develop into an adult human being. There are various number of hormones that are produced daily in our body, which has a specific role. Now here are some glands that the hormone secretes and the function of the hormones given in this table. So first is the pituitary gland, which is located in the brain, and it secretes growth hormone. And the function of this hormone is it regulates growth, controls the functioning of endocrine glands. The next is the thyroid, which is located in throat, and the hormone which secretes is thyroxine. It controls the metabolism rate. It also brings about balanced growth. Next is parathyroid. It locates near thyroid gland, and the hormone which it secretes is parathormone. It controls calcium balance of the body. Next is adrenal, which is attached to kidneys. It secretes adrenaline and it prepares body for emergency. Next is pancreas, which is located in abdomen. It secretes insulin. It controls glucose level of the blood. Next is testes. It's located in scrotum, and the hormone which it secretes is testosterone. It controls growth and development of male reproductive system. And the last is ovaries, which is located in lower abdomen. It secretes estrogen and progesterone. It controls growth and development of female reproductive system. So these are the various hormones, their functions. Kindly go to the PPT and listen.